You guys hear that song? Did you take it in? Because it was poppin'. That is the only song that I want to hear all summer long. I'm telling you right now, all my girls are pretty. I feel like a bad bitch. And I have the queen of the pretty ladies right here in front of me. Please welcome Benita on Northbound.
Woo, what's good? What's good, everybody?
I love that you came with your own sound effects. Woo!
I know, right? Like I'm on my own audience.
So thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited too. Like this is such an amazing day so far. So
yes.
I'm excited.
Tell me a little bit about your day.
It's been honestly
dropping the music video.
Yeah,
just
just dropped the video a couple hours ago, and the reaction has been amazing. Like I'm so grateful for all the support I've been getting, and you are in the video too. The little surprise, you know.
Yep,
so
you already know.
I was just home, just looking at my phone, reading comments. So.
I love that though. No, it must be such an exhilarating feeling finally having this video done, because I know we were so amped on set for you, and I can't even imagine like how happy you are with the final product.
I know, I'm so happy because like I wrote this song like a year ago, honestly, and we shot the video in March, so like a couple months ago. So honestly, I'm so happy for it to be out, and it's only been like 3 days, but so far
it's already booming. It's been on repeat. I literally have probably played the song 162 times.
Oh my god. 162. Yes, I love like, the accurateness.
Yeah. So let's talk about the song a little bit, because you said that you wrote it a year ago. So take me through that process, and when did, Pretty become Pretty?
Honestly, yeah. So I actually DM'd this guy. His name's Noah Bear. He's the guy who produced the song. Okay. It's so funny. I just slid in his DMs and I'm like, I love your music and stuff. Like, we should work. So we started doing a lot of Zoom sessions and stuff. And he lives in LA, so we only met literally like once. And we just did a bunch of Zoom sessions and we wrote it together. And from there, we just did the video 2 months ago. I don't know why it took so long, but it's because I was doing a bunch of other
right. I was gonna say,
stuff.
honestly though, like sometimes good things take time, and it was hard to like even I want to say like create something of like high production value, because we were in quarantine or locked down for so long, right?
Yeah.
So take me through the video and how you got in contact with 88 Everything, and why did you choose them to direct the video?
Yeah. So I also saw some of their work on Instagram. So I'm like, let me hit them up, and they honestly killed it. Like I was envisioning something like really colorful, vibrant, and I mentioned that I wanted to use a lot of women in the city, like yourself, women who are just like, confident and, beautiful inside and out. And we did it. We got like 6 girls, and I wanted to use some more girls, but since we're during the pandemic, it was kind of hard to do that. But honestly, everybody killed it, and yeah, that's how we did it. And yeah.
I was gonna say, no, on set it's so funny because the song is called Pretty, but like I felt so pretty on set.
Oh my god, that's
I don't know, right? And I'm like, I don't know if you noticed, but you probably did. But I had a huge pimple on my face, and I was like, wow, this day I would be like shooting a music video, and I still felt so pretty. Like,
that's so funny. I had a huge one on my nose too, and it looks like a nose ring in the video. So I'm just gonna let that. Yeah, it's a nose ring.
It's a nose ring. It's a rhinestone.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But that's so good to hear. And honestly, the set design was so pretty and so cute and beautiful. And yeah, I love all of your shots.
Is it getting you excited to like make more music videos?
Yes. I'm so excited, and just like the branding, like the cover art and everything, like this has to be like my favorite so far, like what I've done.
It was just on point for you.
Yeah, and I definitely want to keep going like more in that route. And yeah, this is basically like the first song off of like project that I'm trying to release. So I mean, so dropping that little.
You heard it here first. There's a upcoming project coming. She's like, yup. I want to say I'm super excited for this upcoming project and to hear that there's something in the works, just because I know you, Benita. I'm not going to say ghostwriter because you get your credits, girl, but I know you as a writer for so many amazing artists, and you are an amazing artist yourself.
Thank you so much.
I am excited to just see Benita. Like what Benita can do. Let's go back into the beginning a little bit and tell me how you got interested in music, and when did you become, I was going to say, when did you become a singer? But yeah, you're a singer. When did you become a singer?
Yeah, I used to sing all the time when I was like younger, when I was like 6 years old, just in like the school field, just by myself. I hid it for a long time. I hid it for years and years. And I actually started pursuing acting. Like I wanted to do that first. I don't know why. So I still have like a passion for that too, but gradually I started doing more performances in high school and just like musical theater and stuff, performing Canada every single month for the basketball games and shit.
So that was you. You were like,
it was fun though. And then from there, then I started singing like backup for like some artists in the city, like Layla Day, Sorority. They're amazing too. Shout out to them. And then I started just like finding my way a little bit more, because it was kind of hard to maneuver and figure out how to do this, because I always wanted to do music and I just didn't know how to reach out to people. That was kind of the hardest part. And from there I still feel like I'm definitely still at the beginning, but that's kind of how things have been.
So tell me a little bit about the remix project, because I know that you were involved with that, and you know, you were saying that you were trying to find like how to do this. Yes. Did that program help you a lot?
Yes, definitely. And shout out to Remix Project. They definitely, I think a lot of where I'm at today like definitely came from them, mostly because I've made so many relationships. Just like a lot of my close friends are from Remix Project, and Raga too, like she's in the video too. And
shout out to Raga.
Yep. And Tabs, he's another sick producer in the city. We work very closely together, and also like we're just like real close friends, and I'm really grateful for the Remix Project for that. And yeah, honestly, I always recommend Remix Project
to anybody listening out there.
Yeah,
Google it, the Remix Project. Get acquainted with it, and definitely apply if you can apply.
Yeah, especially.
I love that. I love that we're like, do this shit. Do it. It'll really help.
Especially if you just don't know where to start, and just because everybody there, it's kind of like it's basically an incubator, and there's like, if you need a photographer, there's someone in the next room. They need stuff for their portfolio, and everybody's kind of on the same level.
Exactly. I was gonna say it's a room full of people all wanting to create, and also who need help, so everyone can kind of lean on each other.
Yes, exactly, and it's so supportive. So.
Well, something I love about you is that you're always willing to collaborate. And for anybody listening out there, how I know Benita is actually through the DMs too. I slid in her DMs. Actually.
Yes,
you're like, huh? So I slid into Benita's DMs last year for my first ever type of event with Key Radio, and I wanted Benita to sing and open up for another artist named Kenya Jade alongside Christina Alacordo. And I was just blown away, Benita. Anybody who knows kind of like how Instagram Live and performances work, there wasn't any like instrumental playing, so it was just Benita's raw vocals with the mic, and we were all very quiet. And I was like, damn, this girl can sing.
Thank you so much. That was really so fun, honestly. And the whole setup was so nice. But yeah, shout out to you for like having me come
thank
through.
you. And I'm so grateful that I got to be involved in this music video.
Me too.
I've been in a couple music videos here and there that I definitely don't promote because it's a little embarrassing.
You gotta send that to me after this.
Right? But this one, I'm all the way. Like, if you need me, I'm a video girl now, and I'm gonna be like, video Benita vixen. Put me on. I'm Benita's video vixen, so holla at me.
Oh, you killed it, yo.
So let's talk a little bit more about music. So Pretty, what does Pretty mean to you?
Yeah, so I actually started writing this song like I was in my bed, and Noah sent me just the sample that you hear in the beginning. It was just a loop, and I don't know what got into me, and I was like, oh, my girls are pretty.
Jeez.
And so it was just like writing bars, and like I usually don't write in my bed. I usually just write I get beats, full beats, not loops, and then I just write to it. But yeah, I just got super inspired. I'm like, I want to make a song kind of about what women about what women wear and how people judge them. And I was really more inspired about like women who kind of like like to dress a little sexy, show skin and stuff. And sometimes people think it's like, it's all about attention and whatever, but really sometimes women just like to do it for themselves, even for like other women. And we just kind of just do it to feel confident and sexy. And I know even Chloe Bailey, from Chloe and Haley, she went through like a little thing recently,
exactly,
where she started to dress a little bit more sexy and stuff, and people were like, what is happening?
For your brand?
Yeah. But really, and I took in that she said she just was really enjoying herself and her beauty and the skin that she's in and stuff. So like that's kind of what inspired it a lot. And
and I want to say is dressing sexy something sexy. Right? I mean, you are very multidimensional. I was laughing when you were like, I was doing musical theater in school and stuff. And if you don't know, me and Benita are we're friends in real life, you know. I follow her on TikTok, and her TikToks are hilarious. And now I understand where the comedic, dramatic side comes from. So you do have all these different sides to you. So do you enjoy, you know, being sensual and take pride in being sexy yourself?
I think I haven't done enough of that yet. I feel like I'm kind of going into it. But I made this song kind of like, I don't know, I made it for like myself too, you know, try to like get into that vibe. And I feel like just for like this project, I'm definitely gonna see where that goes. But yeah, definitely wanted to make something for like all the other ladies out there too. That's why I'm like, oh, my girls are pretty. Come on, like I'm defending everybody. Like
all the ladies are pretty. Man. All of the ladies are pretty. But it's so funny. Benita made this song for, you know, all the beautiful, beautiful Toronto women, and yet we have all the Toronto mans bopping to the song too, because it is the track. Like, so funny. Like, even my boyfriend Alex is like, yeah, this is a banger. Like, we're like, yep, oh my girls are pretty. Like, you already know.
I know. I played this for a couple guys too before, and they're like, yo, like I would play this in my car too. I was like, that's good to hear.
That's really good.
Because like I didn't want to just only make it for just women too. Like, although it is about like women and stuff, but even if you're just, you know, I don't know.
It's about self-confidence.
Like, it doesn't even have to be if you wear like less clothing and stuff. Even if you just like to dress like baggy clothing and cover up. It's just whatever you feel like happy doing. Exactly. That's what I wanted to.
So we spoke a little bit about, you know, you singing when you were younger, like in the schoolyard, but I can definitely see you doing. When did songwriting come into play? Were you songwriting as young as when you started singing, or did it come into play a little bit later?
I did it like here and there when I was younger. I used to just pull up YouTube beats and stuff, like we all kind of do, but mostly just covers. And I kind of always was really good at like melodies and ad-libbing, and I've learned from like Beyonce and just Rihanna, my idols, the GOATs. Yeah, and I kind of started doing more songwriting later, I would say maybe like after high school.
And, you know, being a songwriter who also writes for other people, how do you get into the mind state of writing for other people? Because I imagine that you have to pull out like different personalities and, you know, different types of things. So how do you channel not writing for Benita, but writing for somebody else?
That's the thing what I love, because I love playing different characters and just like, I'm always listening to different types of music anyways. So if it's kind of like a challenge. It's kind of fun to work with like people who aren't even just on the same type of, you know, vibe that I am. Exactly. But sometimes I just like to ask them like, what's going on in your life, you know, like topic wise and stuff. But usually most of the time I'll just go in and do like melodies, and then they'll pick what they like, and then we'll go from there and stuff. So
go from there.
It's always different.
So what can we look for and expect on this latest, you know, project that you have in the works? Is there an overall theme? Or are you just going into it just having fun?
There is definitely a little bit of a theme, and you'll kind of see it once the track list and stuff comes out, and just like the cover art and stuff. But it has to do a lot with like power and just, you know, just strongness,
bad bitch vibes.
Like a little bit of that, but also like
strong, powerful bitch vibes.
And it's also based off of Color.
Okay.
The name of the EP. But yeah, you'll see.
That's a clue for
It's everybody. A little clue, yeah. And the song titles, I love all the song titles. You'll definitely see it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be releasing more this summer. So
amazing. I can't wait.
I'm up to it.
You know, you told me a little bit about an upcoming trip that I decided to spill the beans right this second.
What was it?
You're like, what was it? What? I love Benita so much. No, she's like, wait, what? What are you spilling? I was going to tell everybody that you're going to LA soon.
Yes.
But I didn't know if you broke the news. So you heard it here on Northbound first. Benita was really concerned. She's like, oh no. What is the secret?
I was like, wait, I have like short-term memory, honestly.
But yeah, so you're going to LA soon, within the next week.
Literally, like I'm going on my birthday, and it's my first time getting like I hate to flex, but I'm getting like flown out. Like I mean, but it's for songwriting, and I'm honestly just so grateful because, I'm doing like songwriting and my artistry at the same time, but at the same time, the songwriting stuff is kind of like taking off. So I'm writing with this girl named Angelina, and then I'm gonna spend like an extra week and just work and just see what the vibe is out there. And I'm super excited to get out of Toronto, although I love you, Toronto.
I know. At least you get to like stay for the weekend of having like our 2 a.m. last call.
Yeah,
and we can all like vibe with you until you're off, and everyone in LA will be vibing to Pretty.
Yeah,
then.
hopefully, honestly, and it's my actually no, yeah, I'm gonna be traveling by myself, but
okay,
it's a good birthday present. Honestly,
is it your first time going to LA or
no? I've been once before with like a couple people from Remix, and that was such a crazy time because it was a little bit of a shit show, but it was so funny. It was like the best trip at the same time. But this time I'll get to definitely be doing more work.
And kind of stuff. Yeah. Honestly, I really like LA's vibe. The one thing that I don't like about LA though, and you can knock me if you don't agree, listeners, is like I hate that you can't walk in LA because I like walking. And like, you know how everything's so far apart
That's
from
what
each
I
other?
heard. Like everything's half an hour.
Yeah,
away,
like
right?
why is the Ralph's and like the gas station like 50 miles away from each other? Like,
Oh my
and
God.
I remember walking around in LA and people just like staring at me, and I thought, oh, maybe I have like a weird outfit on or something. No, it was because I was walking.
Oh my God. Okay, give me some tips. Maybe I need. Because I don't think I walked a lot. We just kind of like drove everywhere. Like I visited Santa Monica and like the same day as, I forget now all the names, but, like Venice Beach.
It's okay. You'll get acquainted, and you will be Benita in LA.
Honestly,
watch me not come back. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
No, I'm definitely gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and book back my other one way back. I'm gonna do that.
So let's talk a little bit about this birthday coming up.
Yes.
Just because I feel like we need to celebrate you. It's Benita's birthday on Northbound, everybody.
Thank you. Early birthday.
You've accomplished so much, and it's so funny
so
sitting across from you and having you on this platform now, just because you've given me such encouraging and kind words. And honestly, I never thought that, you know, we would have a relationship like this, or, you know, I'm in your music video, like, what the hell? So I really just want to say thank you so much to be willing to even collaborate and communicate, because
honestly,
as Torontonians, we have the stigma though of like not wanting to see other people eat per se, and you've always kind of, I feel like you've always been wanting to collaborate. Like you've always been, you know how some people only want to shine?
Yeah.
Because you write for other people, you don't mind if they're shining too.
Yeah, honestly, I'm so appreciative that you see that. Definitely, like I'm always down to collaborate, and I'm always down to like just put on other people as well. Even like just like local small business. I really want to do that for like this whole thing, and just, you know, put on some fashion brands and beauty brands and stuff like that, just for people to like follow and support, especially during like the pandemic. But yeah, I'm always trying to collaborate. So
I was going to say, if you're listening right now, you need to hit up Benita and style her for her next video. Like if you're trying to get your brand out there, and you're going to have some beautiful women in your clothing, so do it.
I'm down. Hit me up.
So was music something that was instilled in you as a kid? Is anybody in your family have a musical background as well, or is it just a shining star
just
Benita
me
thing? Yeah.
Well, I'm an only child, so it's just like I grew up with my mom, and she used to sing a lot in her temple, like because we're Hindu.
Okay.
So when she was younger, she used to be like the singer of the family and stuff too. But she always dreamt of like doing Bollywood and acting and all that stuff. So when I finally told her, I came out to her and I told him like I want to do this, because I was so shy until I was like 14. I finally told her. I used to like hide in my house. Then she was like, oh my God, like wow, I used to want to do the same thing. And it kind of feels amazing because it feels like I'm doing this for her too, and she's so supportive.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is she your biggest cheerleader?
Yeah, she has her own Facebook page called Benita's Music. I love it.
You know what's funny is that I think that Benita's Music, like I've seen that page, and I was like, who is this? I'm pretty sure.
No,
that
it's probably. I'm always like, Mom, can you like spell a little better? Just a
little bit. I love that.
I'm grateful for it though.
It's so funny. I didn't know that you were an only child.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where that connection is. I definitely grew up as an only child as well.
You're okay.
I was.
Nice.
I know people are like, what, you were, right? I have a sister who's 7, so she's fresh.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I definitely can relate to like being an only child and being, you know, a little bit more reserved and shy.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely feel like I was like that, and especially just being like independent, like it was always kind of just hard to like ask people for help. And stuff. I don't know why, but I've definitely gotten better at doing that, because I've definitely want to have it, like I want all my friends and everybody to be put on as well. And so yeah, that's kind of like
I'm so happy. No, I'm really happy that you even brought up, you know, just the fact that you have difficulty asking for help, because I am the exact same way.
Oh, for real?
I feel like it's really, really hard to ask for help. And a reason why I, you know, was interested in starting Northbound is like, it's almost my way of asking for help in my own endeavors, and, you know, sitting in front of artists who I have loved and admired for years and like listen to their songs is so nice. So I really am so happy that you're here. It's so funny listening to you or like looking at you now. You know, when you like, okay, you know when you become friends with like a famous person? No, and they're like, no, like they're famous still, but like it's like weird. Like you're like, oh, I don't look at them as like a celebrity anymore. It's so funny because like I know so many of your other songs like by heart. Like,
oh my God, that's
like,
crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I love it.
Wow. And you know, it's so crazy because you don't know who's like really watching you, who's listening, because sometimes, you know, you get discouraged. Everybody gets discouraged. And then sometimes I'll get like random messages that are like, something like I'll tweet something and be like, honestly, like you've inspired me to like write this and that and whatever, and that's like my goal. Like I want people to be inspired by like what I do. So honestly, it's
so for one of my last questions I want to ask, you know, for anybody listening out there, what is a piece of advice that you would give to somebody who is an emerging artist, or some piece of advice that has just stuck with you and really helped you out in your own life?
Something that stuck with me that
piece of advice, anything that's really helped you or something that you live by.
I would say recently I've just been thinking kind of just try not to get in the way of yourself, because that can be the most damaging thing, or you know what I mean, right? Because most of the time you're just kind of like sitting there just beating yourself up with things that don't matter. You know what I mean?
It's true. No, definitely.
But yeah, I would say, and also I would say take everything with like a grain of salt, because there was a lot of times where I would take advice from like so many different people, and then it would kind of discourage you as well, because you kind of don't know what to do. And I would say take everything with a grain of salt and just stick to your gut, what feels right with you, and from there
you'll prosper.
Exactly. That's what I've learned, because I was so confused before, like years ago, just how do I do this? You can't do this. People don't like albums. Why? Just do singles forever.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, honestly, just do whatever you want, honestly.
You know, you were talking about Twitter, and you said that people will reach out to Twitter, or you'll tweet something, and that brought up a thought in my mind that I saw on Twitter recently that was like a piece of advice that I feel like also applies to your single Pretty. But it was kind of like people are gonna judge you regardless, and they're gonna make up like a narrative in their head for you. Yeah. So fuck it. Live honestly, your own life.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to, because sometimes we can't even follow that for ourselves, like that advice, but 100% what you said.
And even with this, you know, like single Pretty, for, you know, the women out there listening who do feel empowered, whether they have less on or more on.
Exactly.
I've definitely struggled with feeling like, oh, people are going to judge me based on what I'm wearing. And like, fuck all that shit.
Honestly, yeah. You know, and do you know that girl? Her name's Samira Rahim. She was like, it was like a viral video on Twitter. Yeah, I actually used a bit of her her voice note, like from the video on part, like it's like a little interlude on the project. But she was basically, they were on like a slut walk or something, you know, that type of thing. Yes. You probably know the video, but there was a guy that interviewed, he's like, what are you wearing? Like, you look like a slut, this, that. And she's like, your mom was a slut, you're this, that. Yeah. Can I say that on here?
Yes, you can.
Okay. But yeah, she was like, basically the same whole vibe, just like empowering women. Exactly. And we could do whatever we want. It's like none of your business. Men can walk around with no shirts on, so women don't have to wear a bra.
Exactly. And it's also like, how are you gonna get upset when women or whoever takes a name that you're gonna throw at them and like twist it and make it our own?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so interesting. A couple years ago, not a couple years ago, but you remember when there was like this time where like you could not call a woman a bitch? Like, it was like, no. And now it's like, oh no, I'm that bitch, or I'm a bad bitch.
That's
like,
why I was like, the other day you're like, oh, I'm so sorry if you call me a bitch or something. Like, how are you? You said something about like, bitch, this.
Yes, no, Benita, when she dropped the single, I like immediately replied, and I was like, bitch, like this is popping. And then I was like, oh, sorry, like not bitch like that. Like I didn't know if she'd understand. She's like, no, you can call me a bitch. I was like, okay.
But it's kind of like more like a sisterhood thing. Like, you know, it's cool if women, it depends on like how you're saying it, of course. But yeah. It's totally fine.
Well, I'm looking forward to so much new things from you in 2021.
Excited.
Yes, I'm so excited. And I guess for anybody out there listening, where can they find you on social media and what are your like handles and all that stuff?
Yes, so you can find me at She Is Benita on everywhere, on Twitter, Instagram. That's SHEISBENITA. And on Spotify, Apple Music, it's just my name, Benita.
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 Because there's only one. And that's her.
I used to go as my last name too, because my last name is Singh.
Okay. Oh
and
my gosh.
I know, it's like I forget, and then I sing too. So it's like
that is like it's like fate,
right?
Yeah.
But it's not there right now. But
it's just
still
Benita.
part of me.
Exactly.
Yes, Benita.
Well, thank you again so much for coming by Northbound and having this conversation with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please know that you are always welcome back. I love chatting with you. This is probably
Me
one
too.
of my most fun conversations.
Oh my God, I love that. I love to hear that. I'm definitely down to come back.
Yes, and you know, we're going to drop Pretty one more fucking time right here on Northbound. I want to let you drop the single and let everybody know to listen to this shit.
All right, guys, this is Pretty by Benita. Happening right now. Go listen to that.
Yes, sir. And make sure you download the Key Radio app. Tell all your friends about Northbound. And we'll see you all next week right here on Key Radio. Bye. Bye.